everybody, thank you so much for joining me for this video today. My name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark, and today I have a video for you guys all about Anthropologie brand tags, just to help you in your reseller business to be able to spot Anthropologie when you're out at the thrift store. So if you're not familiar with my channel, I am a part-time reseller and I like to post videos about reselling, thrifting, what sold videos, different types of videos all about what's selling right now for me and different things that I like to do in my reseller business. So if you're interested in that kind of content, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can see more content when I post it. I do post new videos on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So if you're interested, please subscribe. I'm still a tiny channel and I would love it if you would be part of me growing my channel and making it to 1,000 subscribers. I'm still pretty small. So thank you so much though for joining me today and for visiting and stopping by. So today I thought it would be really interesting to show you guys some different tags, brand tags from different items that are sold at Anthropologie. Anthropologie is a store that sells all kinds of different brands. Some are actually called Anthropologie and other brands are specifically made for Anthropologie. So if you're not familiar with Anthropologie, it is a store that sells, like I said, all different types of brands. Some brands that are commonly sold there are Free People, Maeve, Saturday, Sunday. These are some brands that you'll probably see when you're out thrifting. Now, Anthropologie has a lot of different brands that are sold there at their store, so it is kind of hard to know what's Anthropologie when you're out thrifting and what's something you should pick up. So today I'm going to show you some different brand tags to give you an idea when you're shopping. These are just things you'll probably want to store in your memory, but I'm also going to share the RN number that is associated with Anthropologie as well, so that when you're out, if you find something you think it could be Anthropologie, maybe you're not sure, you can't remember if that brand is sold at Anthropologie or not, then all you have to do is look up the fabric content tag, and on there there'll be an RN number, and RN numbers are given to all companies that sell textiles and clothes and furs and that kind of stuff. So Anthropologie has their own RN number, and I'm going to put the number up on the screen, but it's one that when you're out, if you find something you think it could be Anthropologie, maybe you're not sure, you can't remember if that brand is sold at Anthropologie or not, then all you have to do is look up the fabric content tag, and on there there'll be an RN number, and RN numbers are given to all companies that sell textiles and clothes and furs and that kind of stuff. So Anthropologie has their own RN number, and I'm going to put the number up on the screen, but and I'm going to kind of leave it up on the screen for a while for you guys so that you kind of will get that ingrained in your head if you haven't already memorized that number. When I'm out thrifting, if I'm not sure of something Anthropologie, because Anthropologie has so many brands that they sell, then I'll look up the fabric content tag, and on it will have an RN number on it. So as long as it's still attached, you can look and see, and it'll tell you if it's Anthropologie or not. One thing to know about Anthropologie's RN number is that RN number is under the same company as Urban Outfitters and Free People. So they all share the same RN number. Now, Urban Outfitters has their own stores, and Anthropologie has its own store, and so does Free People, but they're all encompassed under the same RN number. So if you are out and you look up an RN number, which I will link how to look up RN numbers up here somewhere in the video for you guys so that you know how to do that online. If you come across something, you're not sure where it's sold at, maybe the brand tag's not on it, but every company, like I said, has an RN number, and Anthropologie actually shares it with Anthropologie, Urban Outfitters, and Free People. So today I'm just going to show you some different tops and dresses and different things, and also kind of note certain brands seem to have a lot of the same styles. So when you're out thrifting, if you kind of know Free People kind of has this boho look, you know, thin, sometimes the items are thin or long tunics, then you can kind of be like, oh, is that Free People when you see it. So anyway, let's get right into this video for you guys. I'm going to show you some common ones that I find, and these are all items that I have found thrifting either at like Goodwill or Style Encore, where I really like to go a lot. just out thrifting. These are all items I've found and that are part of my inventory. So if you are interested in these items, please check out my Poshmark closet, which is linked in the description, because all the stuff is for sale. I think I have everything here listed, but if it's not listed, you can't find it, just message me and let me know if you're interested in something. But anyway, I'm going to show you some things that are pretty common, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how some brands that are sold on Anthropologie are not exclusive to Anthropologie as well. So, okay, so this first piece, this is super cute, isn't it? It's actually a crop jumpsuit by the brand Maeve. Oh, wait, yes. And Maeve has a few different color tags. This one is gray. They also have like a, I think like a cream and yellow one. So that's the brand tag for Maeve. It is spelled M-A-E-V-E. This is obviously sold at Anthropologie. Some of it's missing, but this is sold at Anthropologie. This is the brand Dolan. This is a pretty common brand that I find once in a while. This is just a dress, but that's the brand tag for Dolan. This next one is Diletta, and Diletta has a couple different tags. I'm not sure if this is the newer one or the older one. I think it might be the older one. The newer one is like a cream color with, I believe it's like really light pink stitched on it. Diletta stitched on it. I'm going to show you this one later because I'm going to talk about something else with that. Okay, the next one I want to show you is called Holding Horses. This is a pretty common tag that you're going to see when you're out thrifting, Holding Horses. They, some of their items are more simple. This dress is super cute. It's like a t-shirt dress, kind of like a button-up dress, but that's the brand tag for Holding Horses. This brand is pretty common. I do find this one pretty often. And this is called Chemi and Kin. So, you know, it doesn't say Anthropologie on it, so that's why you want to check the RN number. Now, some Anthropologie brands have a very similar fabric content tag. This one is exclusive, I think, probably to Chemi and Kin. But on the back, it'll probably be hard to see, but there it says RN. I don't think my camera's going to focus that, but it says 66170. So I know that it's sold at Anthropologie, Urban Outfitters, or Free People. I believe this is an Anthropologie item. You know, I just want to stay, you know, I don't know everything about Anthropologie by any means. I know that there are a lot of other resellers out there that know a lot more than I do about Anthropologie in particular, but obviously a lot of other stuff too. So I could be wrong on some of these. I don't want to be like, oh, this is for sure Anthropologie. It could be Urban Outfitters. I have done some research and I feel pretty confident in what I'm telling you guys, but do your own research and look things up for yourself. And if anyone, you know, if I'm making a mistake in this video, please just put in the comment section, oh, that brand is actually only sold at Urban Outfitters or anything like that. So I won't be offended by that at all. Okay, this is obviously Free People. Now, Free People is, I do believe Anthropologie does sell Free People as well. This is Free People's tag. Free People is pretty common. I find it pretty common. And it's also a brand that does sell decently well for me. Some items don't sell great, but other items sell really well. So obviously, I don't just pick up anything. I pick up stuff that I think is going to sell, stuff that I think is stylish, stuff that I like. I don't just pick up anything. So just because I picked up that Free People piece doesn't mean I'm going to pick up every Free People piece. Although I have a hard time not picking up Free People when I find it because I don't find it like terribly often. You know, I find it frequently, but it's not like every time I go thrifting I find it. So this one is a pretty common one. This is one of the first Anthropologie brands that I actually found out in the wild. And this is called Postmark. And it doesn't actually say Postmark on it, but you can see it looks like a letter that was postmarked. So that's why it's called Postmark. This one is a brand that I found a few times, and it's called HD in Paris. You can tell that this was, it was marked either at a thrift store or maybe at like like Ross, or I got this on Poshmark to resell. It's like a really long tunic with slits. Normally doesn't have that line in it, but there's a line in it for probably so it can't be returned, or it could be from like Nordstrom Rack or something like that. But HG in Paris I do find pretty frequently. This is probably, besides Free People, this is probably the one I find. Well, I find Maeve quite a bit, but this is probably after Maeve. This is a tag I find quite a bit, and it's very unassuming. It is moth with a little dot. I do find moth pretty often. This is actually just like a, what do you call it? You wear it over. I can't remember what it's called. It's a sweater type thing. But that's moth. I apologize if you hear thunder. It's storming outside, so yeah. Okay. Now, I want to show you a few tags that are not super common. I have quite a few I want to show you, but let me show you these two first before I show you ones that I don't find that often. But this is called Vanessa Virginia. I'm pretty sure this is still the tag that they have, but I could be wrong. I just kind of want to show you the piece because a lot of times these brands kind of stay within the same style. So this brand, I would say I find sometimes, not terribly often, but enough. This is called Saturday Sunday. Like I said, all the stuff is listed in my Poshmark closet. eBay too, but I don't think I have that linked. But okay, this is called Angel of the North. Their sweaters usually sell decently well. Angel of the North. I don't know. They may have changed their tag though, but I'm not positive. On some of the stuff, guys, I'm not positive, you know. I'm still learning too. Okay, this is Sleeping on Snow. Sleeping on Snow. It's very unassuming tag. You can kind of look when you see this stuff. You start the more you thrift, the more you find Anthropologie and Free People. You start to notice it when you're out shopping. You're like, that looks like it's Anthropologie, or that looks like it's Free People. And then you go and you check, and it is. So the more you do it, then you get used to it. You get used to fabrics, you get used to styles, you get used to patterns and all that stuff. So if you're new and you're like, oh, there's so many, how am I going to memorize these? You don't have to memorize them all. Like I said, the RN number is something that just, if you know it, and then you can always Google what brand is this, where's it sold, that kind of stuff. I have my phone out all the time when I'm thrifting. This is Girls of Savoy. Not quite as common. Actually, I think it is, I don't even know if Anthropologie still sells this, but, I mean, you can't see it. But it says Girls of Savoy. This is a silk dress. Honestly, I can't believe I still have some of this stuff. But, you know, Anthropologie can definitely be hit or miss. I pick up the pieces I like, that I would wear, and that I think are cute. This is Leaf's Daughter. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I believe that's Leaf's Daughter. And this is I find this one once in a while. Okay, now I want to show you a couple that are maybe not as common for me. I don't find quite as much. This is Isabella St. Clair. And this is a new one for me. This is this beautiful like kimono. It's so pretty. And this is by Beautiful Stories. And when I saw this, I thought it looked like Anthropologie. I wasn't sure. And I looked it up, and I believe it's not just sold at Anthropologie, but it does have the RN number. You can kind of see it there. And I thought it looked like Anthropologie. And so then I looked at the RN number, and it was the same as Anthropologie. So I do believe this one is sold at Anthropologie. Like I said, Anthropologie does share their RN number with Urban Outfitters and Free People. So when you actually go to look up an RN number, it's going to come up as Urban Outfitters. And it's all encompassed under the same company, I guess, Urban Outfitters, but they're different like stores. Okay, this brand I want to show you, this particular piece is not Anthropologie. It's called Farm. Sometimes it'll say Farm Rio, but they're calling themselves Farm. And this brand, this particular one wasn't sold at Anthropologie, but they have a collaboration with Anthropologie. So if it's Farm or Farm Rio, it'll usually say, if it's from Anthropologie, it'll say Anthropologie on the tag as well. So I wanted to show you this because I wanted to let you guys know that some brands will make exclusive items for Anthropologie. So Tracy Reese, for instance, she has her own like brand, but she's also made pieces for Anthropologie, but she's not exclusive to Anthropologie as far as my research goes. So there are a lot of brands that are sold at Anthropologie and they're sold other places, but they're not exclusive to Anthropologie. So if it's a piece that was sold at Anthropologie, it'll say the Anthropologie RN number or Urban Outfitters RN number. So it'll have that same RN number. If it is, let's say, Tracy Reese, but it wasn't an item exclusive to Anthropologie, then it's not going to have the right RN number. So, you know, sometimes I'm out and I'm like, oh, this is cute, you know, and it'll be a brand that I know is sold at Anthropologie, but then I look and it's not actually, this particular piece wasn't sold at Anthropologie. So it is good to know kind of, you know, to know the RN number and then maybe have it memorized so that you can quickly check. And it doesn't mean that item won't sell well. It just means you don't want to put Anthropologie in the listing because a lot of people label items as Anthropologie when they're not. I've done it before as well. And you really shouldn't do that because if you know it's not Anthropologie, then you definitely need to be honest about it. But you know, buyers, they don't really know about that RN number. More than likely, they don't know about the RN number. So if you say, oh, so such and such item is from Anthropologie, they might believe you. And so now, if you have the information, then you are responsible for it, right? So I do think it's important to label things properly and just to make it so that you are being honest with your buyers, you know, as a seller, being honest. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple other pieces. This one is one I find pretty common, and this is Sparrow. Sparrow has a lot of sweaters, so does like Angel of the North and Moth. They're very much like sweater oriented. And I wanted to show you this one. I love this brand, honestly. This is a really cute cold shoulder sweater. It's actually new with tags, and it was sold at Anthropologie. I have a few new tag items. I don't find them very often. But this is by I'm saying the wrong thing. This is by Knitted and Knotted. It's just a tiny little thing right there. I really love this brand. I own a few of their pieces myself. Knitted and Knotted, Sparrow, Moth. These are brands commonly sold at Anthropologie that are usually like sweater type material items. So, yeah, so those are some pieces that are sold at Anthropologie, and to give you kind of an idea of what their tags look like, a lot of their tags are like a creamish, tannish color, but then there's also some that are very random, like have like, you know, little metal things like, you know, how Free People is and stuff like that. So if you guys do have any questions, please just put any questions you have in the comment section. If you're interested in these items, they are listed in my Poshmark closet as well, which is linked down below as well for you guys. I hope you liked this video and it gave you a little bit of an idea, especially as maybe a new reseller, of what some of the brand tags are, just to familiarize yourself with them. You're not going to be able to memorize every Anthropologie brand probably. It will probably take you years to memorize all the brands that are sold at Anthropologie. I mean, unless you decide, oh, I'm going to memorize a list of Anthropologie brands, but besides that, it's probably going to take you a long time to know, oh, is this Anthropologie or this isn't. But something that's really helped me is just to memorize the RN number. So when I'm out shopping and I see something, maybe I'm not sure what it's sold for or anything like that, but I'm just curious, should I look this item up? It looks like it could be Anthropologie. Then you could just go online and look up the RN number. But I think for me, when I was a new reseller, it was really important for me to kind of learn brands, but it's also really important that you recognize that some of these brands, not every item is going to sell that you pick up in this brand, right? You have to take into account the condition, maybe when it was made, because if it's a really old style, you know, it's probably not going to sell as quickly or as well as, you know, something else. So you really have to take other things into consideration, not just that it's an Anthropologie brand or it's Free People or whatever. Take into consideration the style, even the size, the condition of the item, so that you make sure that you're purchasing items that are going to be good for your reselling business and not items that are going to sit forever. So, you know, I sell quite a bit of Maeve, so I know when I see a Maeve item, oh, you know, I'm gonna get that if it's a good price. But you definitely need to take into consideration not just that it's this brand or this brand, but take into consideration all of the other aspects, you know, even what your customer base is, because maybe you have a lot of people that are a certain size that purchase from you. Maybe you sell a lot of mediums or larges or smalls, and maybe the item is a different size. So you have to take a lot of things into consideration, not just that it's this particular brand. But I thought this would be kind of a fun video for you guys to kind of see some different brand tags, something that would be beneficial for you, hopefully, in your business. I know when I was new, I wanted to know what brands were selling, and basically the way I did it was I watched what sold videos and haul videos and see what other people were picking up too. But I thought this might be kind of beneficial for you guys, so I hope that you liked it. Please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you're interested in seeing more content from me, like I said before, I do post content on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so please join my reselling journey on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!